So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, sponsored by Falcon Contracting, Price Global Solutions and boxbets.co.uk. And I've got him with me by popular demand. I've got Erik Skoglund. How are you doing, Erik?
Thank you. Nice to be here. I'm good actually. Today's a good day, and I'm having a very long rehabilitation since my brain injury, but things are going well, and I'm still moving forward. So I think, yeah, I'm good.
Good. I'm glad you've had a good day. It always helps to have a good
Yeah,
day, doesn't it?
yeah, it does.
No, definitely. And Hakan has already jumped in. Nice to listen to Erik tonight. And great to see you, champ, from Jam.
Thank you. I appreciate.
You've got quite a fan base, Erik. I think it's fair to say.
Well, I guess, and I really appreciate it. And since I've been gone for a very long time, I'm happy that people seem to remember me at all.
Oh, you're in the history books. You can't be
Yeah.
forgotten, Erik.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, it was a fantastic career. 27 fights, 26 wins, 12 knockouts. I bet you loved every second.
Yeah, yeah, I did, and I still do, to be honest.
Because I know you're a big boxing fan. Um,
Yeah,
you're
the
constantly talking about boxing.
yeah, the sport is my life, and uh, I've missed it every second of my life since my injury. So, and I'm still struggling to get back. I know people have different opinions about that, and some people say I'm stupid, some people say it is impossible. But according to my states and the doctors I've been speaking to, it's not impossible. It's just a matter of time and development. So I believe it can be done.
Well, let's talk about what was first, shall we?
Yeah,
Your
let's.
debut back in May 2010, which
Yeah,
seems a long time ago.
it is a
Uh,
long time ago. Yeah.
not to make you feel old. Um,
Nah, I am pretty old now, but yeah,
how
not
old are
not
you,
too
Erik?
old. Not too old. I'm 32.
All right, thanks, mate. I'm
Yeah.
37.
Yeah.
But yeah, one unanimous decision on your first fight, on your pro debut. What a
Yeah.
feeling.
The feeling was actually, to be honest, I was a little bit scared because all the other fighters from Sauerland who made their debut, they had like a very easy opponents in the first fights. And I was doing my debut in cruiserweight. For some reason, I came from the amateurs where the scale limits were like carved in stone, and you can't be above it at all. And I was like 85 kilos at the moment. Uh, but from the training as a pro, I lost weight, and I was weighing in at 82 in my debut. And yeah, my opponent weighed in at 90 and came down from heavyweight. Had
Wow.
two fights, two wins, two stoppage behind him. So he seemed a dangerous man, and I believe he was as well. But he couldn't. Um, he didn't have the stamina to keep going. So after he missed a few punches in the first round, he was ready to go.
But that's a mad first opponent, isn't it? To go
Yeah,
against someone like
yeah,
that.
it kind of is, but still, I believe that the matchmaker from Sauerland he did his homework and
Yeah.
he knew my style and he knew that I was gonna stick and move the first rounds and that I would outpoint him. So I think and it looks good after when it's in the books. So
Yeah.
I feel it was a good opponent anyway.
Because there's no disrespect to other fighters, is it? But on your pro debut, normally You get
Yeah.
given someone that you look good against, and you're going to get the easy win.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, the other guys, they had those sort of fights where
Yeah,
they
you
must
do.
have thought, Erik, let's test this kid from the go, and
Yeah.
you proved how good you were, and that's throughout your career as well. As I say, you're very much loved, a guy that never turned down a fight, always got stuck in, boxed really well, but wasn't afraid to stand toe to toe as well.
No.
And I think that really shows in what the fans really think of you, to be honest, Erik. He's a warrior. I've loved him since the Smith fight in 2017. He's only lost on points, but I've been a huge fan since.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and here we go. Hakan, Erik, tell the viewers when you brought back big time boxing with the Sauerlands to Sweden in your hometown on September the 19th, 2015. What a great night it was. One of the best memories in boxing.
Well, that was huge for me as well, and actually, I had an injury in my back, so I couldn't fight for well over half a year doing rehab, and we discussed, me and the Sauerland Bros, to use that period of time to applicate for a fight in Sweden, and it was a lot of discussions and negotiations. But once we had it done, clear to go, I remember Nisse, my promoter, my contact. Um, he asked me, what arena do you think? And he was looking at arenas in Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Malmö, and this big arenas, Globen, and things like that. And he told me, he asked me which one I would like to go through, and I said to him, this may sound crazy, but we should go with the Nyköping, the hockey arena here. It takes about 5,000 people, but it will be crowded. And I'm not sure how many we can fit in the globe, but if we can fit in, like, say 6,000 or 7,000, it will feel like half empty, because it can take so much more. But if we can take it in Nyköping, it will be sold out, and it will be a success. And he said to me, "Are you sure about this? Can we really, can we do this?" And I really pushed it, and I promised him it would be a sellout and a success. And he believed me, and I'm so happy he did, because it was a sellout and it was a success. So yeah, he was happy and I was happy too.
Trust Erik. That's the moral of this story.
Sometimes.
Jam has come out and said, enjoyed the Luke Blackledge fight too in 2013. I think it was unanimous decision win. Also, the Road Warrior Glenn Johnson fight in 2014, which you also won by unanimous decision. See all these memories people have.
Yeah, all these memories, and they're memories for me as well. The Blackledge fight, actually, I remember it was a really, really bad performance from my point of view, because I remember I hit him bad in the first round, and he took a knee. He didn't get a count for some reason, but I rewatched it on the tapes, and I think he should have had. But I was my ego, and I was young and hungry, and I really, really wanted to finish him so bad. So I was in there throwing the punches and throw a lot of. I missed a lot, and I also got countered a lot. But I was having him. But I was so tired. So after like 4 or 5 rounds, I was completely finished. So I had to take a step back, give up a few rounds, and then start boxing again with the inside of my head. And I remember my coach at the moment, Carsten Röver from Berlin. He was like so angry with me. He was like, "You use your brain now. You box, you stick and move." He was so mad. But that was a very good experience. A very good experience.
I think we hear that a lot, though. We always see it a lot with boxers, don't we? Where you see someone literally throw the kitchen sink at someone and go mad. and then the next couple of rounds they're trying to get that energy back and rebuild back
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
rhythm.
yeah. It happens a lot, and especially with young guys. Like myself back then, I I was young and eager to prove myself and to climb those steps.
Yeah,
And we can see that happen to people as well when they can get a lose, they can get a loss against someone who's older and more comfortable with the situation. So yeah, it can really happen.
yeah. See, I'm surprised because there's a lot of people that use that sort of technique, and they end up coming a cropper, like losing because of it, because they kind
Yeah,
of they really they go so mad out of the block, and then all of a sudden they get caught because they're having those couple of rounds. Like
yeah,
Anthony Joshua is a prime example, who used to go all out, and then if it didn't work, he had to have those couple of rounds to bring himself back, to get the
yeah,
energy level back. But you
yeah,
always thought for those couple of rounds, this is dangerous territory here. This
yeah,
is
yeah. It is. It
it's a
is.
worry. But like as you say, when you've got youth on your side, I think you obviously manage that stamina a lot better, and you manage to bring yourself together a lot quicker. So
Yeah,
yeah, Jam has said, I thought he was going to stop him in two after the way he started, but he was swinging for the KO and deserved the win still. Hakan, congrats to your mate, Anthony Yigit. He has won today in Stockholm on
yeah,
unanimous decision. So congratulations, Anthony.
yeah.
Um,
Congratulations, mate.
he's yeah, such a lovely guy as well.
Yeah,
Really,
he's
really works hard as well, doesn't he?
yeah, he does.
But back to you. Enough of Anthony. He's had his own show. Um, so yeah, obviously 25 wins on the bounce before your first loss against Callum Smith. But in the build up to that, April 2013 is when you captured the WBC Youth World Light Heavyweight title. October 2013 against Mock, the EBU European Union title. You just kept collecting them after that. You defended that 3 times,
Yeah,
as well as picking up the IBF Intercontinental title as
yeah,
well. Just incredible. And then also April 2016, I'm going to make your head go big.
yeah,
The IBO International title. So
yeah,
when a lot of fighters look back, don't they? And they always look back at their careers. I say this to a lot of guys and girls, that they always kind of go, oh, I could have done better. Is there
yeah.
anything in your career that you kind of look back and regret, or do you just think those were the fights I had at the time? I took that path. I was happy with that path. Like, you picked up more than some people ever dream of.
Yeah, I always prepared myself the best possible way for every fight. I never underestimated a guy, and I think that's something to be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the main reason to my success. Uh, One thing that I it's easy to regret that with the when you're in my position today, but it's like I've always been too eager to move on, to get the next fight, and to get another win, and to bounce back after my first loss against Callum Smith. I was so eager to get back, so I didn't rest enough. I rest only a few weeks, and then I was back in the gym sparring. Booked a new fight for December, which was actually postponed before I fell injured. But I booked a new fight pretty soon, and I was moving on with the training. I trained too hard for that. Had 3 sparring sessions a week for week after week after week, and we flew in sparring partners from all the world. They stayed for 1 or 2 weeks, then they left, and another one comes in, and yeah, it was just too much sparring and too much hard sparring.
So, do you want to explain to some people who might not know your your whole story, what the situation was with your injury.
Yeah, after a sparring session, which didn't go bad, it was a normal sparring session. I turned to my brother, who was in my corner, and I told him, I don't feel good. And he said to me, "Well, it's Friday. You're gonna rest now, so we'll see you back Monday." And I was no, I'm not good. Help me take off the gloves. And he didn't manage to do that before I fell, and I was lying in the ring, completely out. And my girlfriend, luckily, she was there. She had already called an ambulance, and they were on their way. So yeah, they came there. They put me in the ambulance and drove me to the MR scan, and they stated a brain bleed. So I was rushed to the special clinic, the hospital in Stockholm, for making a surgery.
Yeah, yeah. So your girlfriend's amazing there. The way she
Yeah,
reacted so
yeah,
quick.
she saved my life. That's what happened basically. The hospital said if because I had such a big bleeding and it was still getting worse once I arrived. So if I was an hour later, uh, I would have been beyond
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was to save. So yeah.
So was it due to that spar at the time, or was it an accumulation of things, or don't they know, or
They don't know. They could just say like it was because of trauma to the head,
yeah?
and no shit, the guy comes in with the he still got his hand wraps on, so of course
Yeah,
it was.
they're gonna think, well,
uh, I mean that you don't have to be a neurosurgeon to answer that question, uh, but yeah, I've made my own research, and I believe that it was because of the amounts of punches, and the fact also that I didn't rest enough after my fight with Callum Smith, which was
yeah.
a really hard one. And I went pretty much back straight to the gym, uh, doing sparring, doing a lot of sparring and a lot of hard sparring, and I think that was the case.
As you say, the trauma of just the continuation.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said as well, and I'll question it because you always do, as a professional fighter, up to a fight, you always do these MR scans and
Mm.
medical checks to make sure you're fit enough to box. But after a fight, you don't do anything. So basically, I don't say that I had, but I could have had uh, my brain injury going on after my fight against Callum Smith, and then they just let me go back to the gym
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sparring. So I believe if I was if I would have been forced for to like having a month or 2 months off after that fight, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm so glad that your girlfriend responded as quick as she did, and you are here to tell the tale. And there's nothing more precious in life, is there?
Nah, I really appreciate.
Yeah, yeah. And so the next chapter of the story, you're talking about a potential comeback. Now, is in what capacity are you talking?
Yeah, no, a lot of people mean that I'm crazy to even consider fighting again. But it's boxing is my life, and
Yeah,
it's been since I was just a kid. And there's always the thing that I've wanted to do, and I don't feel that I'm done yet. I just feel that I want to see how good I can be again, and I want to try my best with all my heart to go there. And if I succeed, if I feel like, well, I am fit for a fight, then I want to have another fight. And the doctors have checked me out, and they said like I have no bigger risk than anyone else to have another brain bleed, and they've cleared me for sparring as well. So and that's what put me in the position in the first way. It wasn't a fight; it was a sparring session. So I
Yeah.
believe I should be able to box again if I wanted.
So one big question to you: what does your girlfriend think?
She supports me in every way possible. Boxing was her life as well. We were doing this together as a team, and we're still a team, and we're doing a lot of things together. And yeah, she's with me at the training every day, and she's with me still at the sparrings as well. It was a very hard time for her when I started to spar again.
Yeah.
Uh, but I respected her always, and once she say stop, I stop. Even if I feel that I have some proud or I want to continue, I always want to continue. And if I want to do another round, and she says, like I think it's enough, then I listen to her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's an amazing partnership.
Yeah, it
Amazing
is.
partnership
It
to have
really
it,
is.
knowing your limits and don't get me wrong, it's a really tough thing to hear. Like as even as a fan who loves fights and as you would, because I'm sure if you were kind of talking to someone that you really admire and someone that's been so popular and you go down in history, Erik. You already have done. You don't have anything more to prove in my eyes. But
Well, thank you.
if a fighter fights, and I totally get that because that's your makeup, isn't it? That's who you are. That's your character. But
Yeah, it is.
I just hope no more harm comes to you because I genuinely think you're a wonderful human being, and there's some fantastic fans out there who would, whatever your decision, people are behind you and are around you, giving you support, whatever you do. So I just want you to know that. That's all.
Thank you. I appreciate. I really appreciate.
Because
With that
you've got
said,
to do what you got
I
to do.
yeah, and I really, really have to do this, and I've considered it myself. And
It
I
can't
would
be an
have been.
easy decision. It can't be an
No,
easy decision
it can't.
at all in the
It's
slightest.
not an easy decision, and I have a lot of friends and family as well who doesn't support me, and they said that, like, it should be enough. And it's a hard thing to say to them as well, like, I'm not done. I have to do this again. I have to go through all the things that I've done. Um, but the thing is, for me, it's so important that
Yeah,
I can't just leave it.
I can see that, mate. I genuinely can. The love you've got for the sport, the way you talk about it on Twitter, the way you are. No, but you are. It comes through by the words you're saying and stuff like that. You
Well,
can
thank you.
see the passion you've got for what you do, and like Jam says, "Oh, bless us, so sad. I'm so glad he's okay now. Such a warrior." Um, you know,
Yeah.
it's your life, meaning you have to risk it. An unhappy life is no life at all, to be
Nah,
honest.
that
Um,
that's what I'm saying as well.
yeah,
So if that's what people have in mind, like I should be afraid of dying, so I shouldn't do it. Uh, but if I don't do it, I'm already dead. My soul is already dead
yeah,
because
yeah,
from the bottom of my heart, this is all that I want to do.
yeah. No, 100%, 100%. I back you, and I know your whole fan base does as well. You're
Thank you.
incredible. Just to even get back to the position you're in now just shows how much of a warrior you are, Erik. To be honest, mate. But before I let you go, there is the big fight tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Uh,
there is.
Beterbiev, or as some people call him, Beterbiev. People call him all different things. An absolute beast of a man, to be honest.
That's what you should call him.
Yeah,
A fucking beast. Yeah, he's
Callum
you
Smith.
know, he's crazy.
Versus Callum Smith, that you know well. So
yeah.
Callum looks very healthy at that weight as well.
Yeah, he does, and he wasn't, you know, healthy in super middleweight. He was struggling too much. I think he's better now. I think he's better suitable for light heavyweight. And you know, most people might call me crazy, but I think that we can be in for an upset. I think he can beat Beterbiev. I'm not saying that he will, because you know.
Do you think it's an upset though, Erik? Do you think that's an upset if he does it?
No, I don't really call it an upset, because I think that
he's capable.
People are, yeah, he is, and people are kind of blinded, you know, by Beterbiev, because he stops all his opponents, and he is a very dangerous man, and he is. But he has shown that he can also be hit himself, and he's not. He doesn't have, like, you know, a jaw of granite or something like that. He has taken a knee against Colin Johnson, for example, and he's a capable fighter as well, Colin Johnson, but he's not at the level of Smith, and I don't think that he hits hard as Smith either. So I believe that if Colin can come out and box comfortable and relax, I believe he can finish him.
Because I thought Anthony Yard actually had some success. I thought he boxed really 100%. Well. And no offense to Anthony Yard, I think he's improved massively. I think he has.
100%.
There's levels, and I think Callum Smith is that level above. The way he boxes,
so do
I. He uses his range. He's got a fantastic jab, and like you were saying, powerful. He's very underrated as a powerful puncher.
Callum. Yeah, he is, because he has power in his hands, both hands. So he has the right hand that I took a knee after he landed that, but he also has his left hook. It's I've stared myself blind on it, because he has really had some good finishes with his left hook. So I think, well, he has power in both hands, and everything can happen.
And also, Bivol, as we found out yesterday, has already signed the contract for this fight against Beterbiev to take place in Saudi Arabia. Has he signed it too early?
Yeah, maybe, you know.
It's only to fight Beterbiev. It's not to fight the winner. So it's a great fight, whoever it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Hakan has said Callum Smith wins on stoppage late rounds for him. And yeah, I agree, Hakan. I'm skeptical, but I think he could do it. So what do you reckon, Erik? What's your prediction? If I gave you, I don't know, if I gave you €1, where are you sticking it?
Well, I'd say,
surely it's got to be by stoppage. Surely.
Yeah, 100%. I said Callum Smith KO round 9.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's my bet.
He's got to do it by stoppage, in my opinion, especially being in Canada. I think. That's going to be the thing against him as well. He's got to upset the odds.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a big issue, and I don't think he sees it that way either, because this fight is gonna end by stoppage. It's the question is not if, the question is when.
Yeah. Well,
and of course, who knocked out the other guy? That's the biggest question.
Well, it's honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, Erik.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being here.
When people talk to me about you and they say the word warrior, there's no doubt in the slightest. You've got the absolute heart of one. And as I say, whatever you choose to do next, your fan base follows you, because you're kind of guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
very
and
much.
love to the family as well. Your incredible girlfriend who continues to
Yeah, she is. I
be
stick
by
on.
your
I hold on to her.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
definitely one to keep hold of, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Hakan has put, thanks for a great show. Yeah, Erik, you're a star.
Yeah,
As I say,
thank
stay
you.
in touch as well, my friend, and
Yeah,
we'll get you on again soon when you
thank
let
you.
us know what's happening next.
Yeah, anytime.
No problem. You take care, my friend.
You take care as well.
See you
Thank you.
later.
Bye bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.